let's just get our neck sorted out for a little bit. So just going to hang forwards. Just let it hang there for a little bit. And you can just roll side to side gently. Keeping the chin resting on the sternum. Get the weight of your head, just stretch those muscles out. Good, and just bring it back up to the top. And we're going to go to the opposite position now. So just remember, we're lengthening the neck before we twist backwards. So lengthen and then tilt back. And let the front of your windpipe get a nice stretch. Bite down hard on your teeth. And then back down. Chin on sternum. And roll towards your clavicles. Do a couple of rolls to your clavicles, and then back to the center and back up, lengthening and up and over. And back down to the center. Just tilt your head to the side. Put the hand on the head. That's him. Just let the weight of the arm pull you down. Don't pull anything extra. Just let the weight of the arm do the work. And you should feel a lovely stretch happening all the way here. And the other side. Oh, this one seems to be really... If you're feeling particularly tight there, just give it a bit of a massage with the other hand. Just mobilizing it. And now we're going to draw a nice big circle with our chin in front of us. And the other way. Good, let's get the shoulders on the go. My shoulders are particularly stiff at the moment because yesterday I did a lot of this action in the gym exercise class and they are really feeling it today. So let's do a little wing, I call this the buffalo wing little exercise. Just warm up the shoulders a bit and the rib cage. Good. And extend outwards and do big circle. Nice and slow, big circle, forward and back. Careful not to knock over the coffee cup as I just did. Okay, good. And you can go up and out and down and forward. And up and out and down and forward and up and out and down and forward and up and out and down and forward. Okay. All right. Well, that's getting the blood flowing a little bit and getting a bit of mobility going. We're also just going to think about our little spot below the sternum, that fleshy bit. And you're just going to go zzz, 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 zzz. Squeeze that little spot there. Zzz, 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 zzz. And you can go vroom, vroom. You can also go rrr, rrr, rrr. If you can't roll your R, go like a tiger. instead. There's something very strange about that noise. Yes, there we are. So that's just bringing that sound nice and alive. And we're going to just start doing some gentle. You go, yawn, 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 yawn. And I want you to think about the word yawn as you do it. Wendy's doing a great yawn there. Fantastic. Exactly what I want. Big yawn as you breathe in. Yawn, 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 yawn. Yawn, 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 yawn. Yawn, 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 yawn. Yawn, 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 yawn. Yawn, 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 yawn. Why am I asking you to do that? Yes. Yes, I'm understanding sign language and the Mime Academy, all of those things. It's about making sure this is relaxed, but also lifted up on the inside. So that yawny feeling is lifting up the soft palate, and you can't yawn in a stressed way. You have to be relaxed. Yawn, so the jaw relaxes. It's very good for that. So there's a reason for it. It's not just because I'm bored. Let's do one last one. Yawn, 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 yawn. Okay. What has happened to my piece of paper? We're going to do careful of the bottom note, it's low. Don't make it into a dark noodle sound because you need something to come out. If it doesn't come out, just perfectly acceptable. Here we go. The top note is going to require a little bit more support now, so the gentleness that we're setting it all up with has to be underpinned with some hard work. So it has to be relaxed here. Here is the engine. This is where the work is happening. Yes, is that something that you're able to do? Good, good. Getting some good nods and thumbs upses. So that's very good. But that's what we're after. We don't want the stress to move up towards the throat. It needs to stay down here where it's work and energy rather than stress. So me, oh, me, oh, me. One more, just for the luck of it. Me, oh, me, oh, me. I'm feeling like there might be a couple more in there, so let's do a few more. Me, oh, me, oh, me. Me, oh, me, oh, me. Last one. Me, oh, me, oh, me. Okie dokes. Feeling warmer? Good. We're just going to do one last little thing, which is me na me na me na me na me me na me na me na me na me me na me na me na me na me me na me na me na me na me me na me na me na me na me vadu 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 Lia 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 Tina 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 last one Tina 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 Tina. Good to get a little bit of extra work in there. Do you feel all right, everybody? Ready to tackle some music? Hope so. So I have a song for you. I don't know if you know it already. It's one that I didn't know until I encountered it a few years ago, called Follow the Heron. Who knows the song? Anybody? It is simply gorgeous. It is really, really a beautiful song, and one that I think you will enjoy singing, particularly after last week's wintry program. This one is about spring, so we're sort of feeling a little bit more spring-like. Okay, so this is Follow the Heron Home, and the first line is, the back of the winter is broken. And I kind of feel like that might be where we are now. I'm aware that it's, you know, don't count your chickens and all that, because we can have a very cold March, but it just feels like there's some renewal and there's some spring stuff happening out there. So I'll sing it to you first. The back of the winter is broken, and the light lingers long by the door, and the seeds of the summer have spoken in gowans that bloom by the shore. By night and day we'll sport and we'll play and delight as the dawn dances over the bay. Sleep blows the breath of the morning away, and we follow the heron home. In darkness we cradle our sorrow and stoke all of fires with fear. Now these bones that lie empty and hollow are ready for gladness and cheer. Chorus, by night and day we'll sport and we'll play and delight as the dawn dances over the bay. Sleep blows the breath of the morning away, and we follow the heron home. Does that ring bells to anybody? Are you starting to recognize it? Do you like it? Wendy says, that's for my commenting on her yawn, I think. Let's look at the chorus. So this goes, by night and day we'll sport and we'll play and delight as the dawn dances over the bay. Sleep blows the breath of the morning away, and we follow the heron home. I love this song because it's got lots of lovely Scottish words in it. And the other thing that it has that makes me think that this is a Scottish folk tune is what's called a Scotch turn. And I might have referred to this before when we were doing a bit of Robert Burns music. And it has to do with the way the short note is preceding the longer note. So it's like, the back of the winter is broken, and the light lingers long by the door. And the seeds of the summer again has a little Scotch turn on it. Summer have spoken, and then gowans, in gowans that bloom by the shore. Gowans are sort of drifts of heather that grows on around the rocky coast. I had to look it up myself. But that it's definitely a Scottish word, that gowans. I'm just thinking about any of the other words. Were there any others? So the bones of my empty and heart, ready for gladness and cheer. No, that one doesn't have. The last verse, which is so long may we sing of the summer and the snow-scented sounds of your home, while the north wind delivers its blossom in ice and salt water and stone. I love that idea of the north wind delivering its sermon in ice and salt water and stone. Isn't that a great image? I just love that. It's just so evocative of a wild coastal kind of existence. And a sermon being something that you have to endure rather than enjoy. I just think it's rather nice. So that you've got the idea of the verse structure and how the chorus goes. Let's just go through the chorus one more time, just to remind us how that goes. By night and day we'll sport and we'll play and delight as the dawn dances over the bay. Sleep blows the breath of the morning away, and we follow the heron home. Getting the chorus? And we follow the heron home. Is that little rhythm that I'm talking about, that Scotch turn, right there in the end. Follow the heron home. Okay, and then if we're doing it the last time, we say the last, as the dawn dances over the bay. And then we go, sleep blows the breath of the morning away, and we follow the heron home. So let me just sing that as the dawn dances over the bay on my own, and then you join back in again on sleep blows the breath of our morning for the last two lines of the chorus as a little coda. So that happens right at the end. We do the chorus and then a little line and then the last two lines together. Does that make sense? Can we do the last chorus and its coda just now as a sort of little thing? So it goes like this. By night and day we'll sport and we'll play and delight as the dawn dances over the bay. Sleep blows the breath of the morning away, and we follow the heron home as the dawn dances over the bay. Sleep blows the breath of the morning away, and we follow Pretty little tune, isn't it? Shall we go from the tippity top and see how it goes? So there are 3 verses. 1, 2. The back of the winter is broken, and the light lingers long by the door, and the seeds of the summer have spoken in gardens that bloom by the shore. By night and day we'll sport and we'll play and delight as the dawn glitters over the way. Sleep blows the breath of the morning away, and we follow the heron home. In darkness we cradle our sorrow, and stoke the fires with fear. Now these bones that lie empty and hollow are ready for delight and cheer. By night and day we'll sport and we'll play and delight as the dawn glitters over the way. Sleep blows the breath of the morning away, and we follow the heron home. Long may you sing of the salmon and snow-scented sounds of your home, while the north wind delivers its sermon of ice and salt water and stone. By night and day we'll sport and we'll play and delight as the dawn glitters over the bay. Sleep blows the breath of the morning away, and we follow the heron home as the dawn dances over the bay. Sleep blows the breath of the morning away, and we follow the heron. Okay, so that's following the heron home. That's that song. I hope you enjoyed that. It's not one that I think is probably on your radar, but Catherine Polwart, I think is her name. I can't remember now. Does great sort of folky stuff that you might like to go and listen to a little bit of. Very accessible folk music, I think. The next song we're going to look at is one that I'm going to guess you all know already. To some degree, at least, you'll know the sort of main lines. But there are corners of the song that are quite tricky and quite interesting. And so it would be a nice little challenge to try and get those down there as well for you. So I don't know if you know the beginning of Younger Than Springtime. Can we have the lyrics up for that? Thank you. I touch your hand and my arms grow strong, like a pair of birds that burst with song. My eyes look at your lovely face, and I hold the world in my embrace. Younger than springtime are you, softer than starlight are you, warmer than wind of June, of a gentle night you gave me. Dear and laughter are you, sweeter than music are you, angel and Lara, heaven and earth, you to me. And when your youth and joy invade my arms and fill my heart as now they do, then younger than springtime am I, gayer than laughter am I, angel and lover, heaven and earth am I, with you. Get the idea? So I think a lot of people will know the younger than springtime little bits, but there are little corners that, as I said earlier, are a little on the harder side. So I'm just looking at the verse, at the chorus. First of all, we'll look at that little section. It's the warmer than winds of June are the gentle lips you gave me. Lovely little bit of detail there. You move semitone down and then you stay there and then you come down another semitone. Lips you gave me. It's just so delicate, that. And it resolves itself after a bit of suspension. So, warmer than winds of June are the gentle lips you gave me. And then, gayer than laughter are you, sweeter than music are you, angel and lover, heaven and earth are you to me. And then this bit is the bit that I think is quite hard, because it goes into a different key here, except it doesn't actually, it just hints at wanting to go into a different key. It doesn't really go. It sort of moves between G major and C major, and at this point we're in the flux of G major. So, and when your youth and joy invade my arms and fill my heart as now they do, then younger than springtime am I, gayer than laughter am I, angel and lover, heaven and earth am I, with you. Little bit of detail there, isn't there? How are you all on the first little bit, the introduction? Is that a bit that you know? It's all right. We're going to have a quick look at that. So you get a little bit of instrumental. I touch your hand and my arms grow strong, like a pair of birds that burst with song. My eyes look down at your lovely face, and I hold your world in my embrace. And then we go into the familiar. Let's do that a little bit one more time. we'll just note bash just for a little bit, just so that we get that really, unless you're already getting it, and I'm sort of hammering the point a little too much. Are you all right with me going over that little section again? Great, thank you. So you get, I touch your hand and my arms grow strong, like a pair of birds that burst with song. My eyes look down at your lovely face, and I hold the world in my embrace. Younger than springtime are you, softer than starlight are you, warmer than winds of June are the gentle lips you gave me, gayer than laughter are you, sweeter than music are you, angel and lover, heaven and earth are you to me. And when you're youth and joy invade my arms and fill my heart as now they do, then younger than springtime am I, gayer than laughter am I, angel and lover, heaven and earth am I with you. Nice little tune that, isn't it? Those Rodgers and Hammerstein, they knew what they were doing. It sort of made me think a little bit about perhaps that being the theme for a little while, is just going through Rodgers and Hammerstein songs and seeing some of, there are some that are unfamiliar. So there's lots of stuff, that very beautiful music that's out there that we could be enjoying a little bit of in terms of Rodgers and Hammerstein. So throw your requests my way, not now, but for the next couple of weeks. I think we'll just indulge in some lovely show tunes. Might be a nice thing to do. I thought it would also be nice to just do the Fill the World with Love. In the morning of my life, fill the world with love. In the morning of my life, I shall look to the sunrise. At a moment in my life when the world is new, and the blessing I shall ask is that God will grant me to be brave and strong and true, and to fill the world with love my whole life through, and to fill the world with love, and to fill the world with love. love, and to fill the world with love, my whole life through. In the noontime of my life, I shall look to the sunshine. At a moment in my life when the sky is blue, and the blessing I shall ask remain unchanging, to be brave and strong and true, and to fill the world with love my whole life through, and to fill the world with love, and to fill the world with love, and to fill the world with love, my whole life through. In the evening of my life, I shall look to the sunset. At a moment in my life when the night is due, and the question I shall ask only I can answer: was I brave and strong and true? Did I fill the world with love my whole life through? Did I fill the world with love? Did I fill the world with love? Did I fill the world with love? My whole life through. Thank you very much, everybody. Thanks for joining me today. I've had a lot of fun